Okay, so I know what some of you guys are thinking. Jordan, how can you tell us how to get a girl when you yourself have never had a girlfriend? And that is a good question. However, I will ask you this. Have you ever seen Greg Popovich drop 40 in a game? I didn't think so. Now, honestly, I never thought I would make a video like this. I wanted to stay away from doing these types of videos because I feel like they kind of objectify women in a sense. And I know that there's already people right now in my comments calling me a feminist. But basically, I feel like it's not really right to categorize all women into, a certain stereotype. I don't feel like there's just this one size fits all formula to get girls. And that's why I titled the video, How to Get a Girl, not How to Get Girls. Because like I said, not all girls are the same. And this is something that I've tried telling people. In my videos directed towards the men going their own way crowd and the red pill crowd, but they just don't want to hear it, So if you have those perceptions in you, then this might not be the video for you, because I'm not going to give you a one size fits all approach, because that doesn't exist. Not every girl is going to respond the same to any given situation. So you need to approach each girl as if she is the only one of her. Because she is. She's the only one of her. Just like you're the only one of you. You're not the same as every guy out there. Therefore, she's not the same as every girl out there. Now, another thing is, if you are trying to get multiple women, this is not the video for you. Okay, I'm not going to teach you how to get hoes, because that's not going to benefit you in any way. When times get tough and you're struggling financially, mentally, emotionally, those hoes are not going to be there for you. Okay, they're going to evaporate. And that's why people have these perceptions about women that they won't stay with you through times of struggle and hardship. They only want to be with you when you're on the winning team. The people who say that and believe that have not found quality women. And, I feel sorry for them. I really do. Because there are some amazing women out there. And when you change that mindset from quantity to quality, and you start looking for the right one as opposed to these girls that just belong to the streets, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. Your perception will start to change. You'll realize that not all women are the same. You were just looking at a bunch of the same women. Maybe you need to reevaluate your desires. And that is my first point. Figure out what it is that you want out of a girl. Now, on the flip side of this, you have to understand what you're willing to give to a girl. So, for example, if you want a committed monogamous relationship, you have to be willing to give that out on your end as well. Okay, you can't ask for loyalty if you're not willing to be loyal yourself. You need to get your priorities straight. You need to figure out what it is that you really want, and you need to be honest with yourself as to if you're ready for that or not. I remember back in late 2019, I had a lot of trouble with girls. Okay, I started to have trouble with girls because I wanted a committed relationship, but mentally I was not there. I wasn't committed to myself. You can't be in a committed relationship with someone else if you're not in a committed relationship with yourself first. That's something that I learned the hard way. If you just want to hook up, be honest about that. Don't fall into this gray area where you don't know what you want, because what's going to end up happening is you are going to get your feelings hurt, and it'll probably change the way you look at women for the worse. And I think that this is what happened to a lot of these YouTubers that preach these ideas that you need to manipulate women in order to get women. You do not need to manipulate anybody, or at least you shouldn't. If you have to manipulate somebody to be with you, then they're not the right one for you. You're messing with the wrong girl. You're wasting your time that could be spent on your purpose. This is what it means to be an alpha. Now, when I initially heard the term alpha, I blacklisted that word from my vocabulary for a long time. And the reason why is because I feel like that word is thrown around very loosely and is misconstrued by a lot to mean something that it's not. A lot of people use the word alpha as a way to demean people who they see as not being alphas. Okay, this is where the whole alpha beta thing came in. Now, personally, my definition of alpha is somebody that is confident in themselves, that loves themselves, that does not need anything outside of themselves to be happy. And when I say anything, I mean, relationships. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, every human needs some level of interaction with other people to remain sane. It's just the way that we are. However, an alpha is somebody that is so deeply engrossed in their purpose, so deeply invested in their path, in their mission, that they don't let anything outside of them detract from their mission. I feel like that's something that everyone should strive to be. Everyone should strive to find their purpose in life, to be the best version of themselves that they can be, okay? And that's kind of the discrepancy between my definition and a lot of other people's definition. A lot of people think that to be an alpha, you need to kind of change yourself. You need to change the foundation of who you are. Like, a lot of people think that you can't be a nice guy or you can't be respectful and be an alpha at the same time. They think that those things are mutually exclusive, and they're not. Be yourself. That is how you be a true alpha. And in order to really be yourself, you have to be confident in yourself. And this is going to be the most important thing I say this entire video. Confidence, okay? I've made a whole video about confidence. Confidence is everything. You need to be confident if you want to get a girl. Now, like I said earlier in the video, this will not work for every girl. Just being confident alone is not going to get you any girl that you want, but it will get you the girl that you need. Okay, it'll get you the girl that is right for you if you're being confident in yourself. And confidence, like true authentic confidence, what I've realized, it comes from self-love. And what I mean by self-love is you need to be at a point where you realize that you are complete within yourself, that you don't need a girlfriend to be complete. There is nobody out there that will complete you. You are a complete being. You are the universe. So learn to love all of who you are. Okay, that is going to be the defining factor in your ability to get a girl that is right for you. Now, this is something that I kind of struggled with for a while. Okay, I was stubborn. I was not confident in myself, and I was looking for a girl to show me that it's okay to love myself, to show me how to love myself. I needed that validation at the time, and I got it. And what ended up happening is I built this insane dependency on a girl, such that I was still making videos about her like months after we stopped talking. Okay, that right there is what ends up happening when you look to somebody else for these feelings, for that feeling of completion, of wholeness. You develop these dependencies on them, and that's not a good feeling. Like, I can sit here and tell you from experience that that is not a good feeling to have. You don't want to be dependent on anyone else. Okay, it'll mess you up. It'll mess your confidence up even more, and it's actually kind of manipulative. I realize now, looking back on it, how manipulative and toxic I actually was by doing that, and at the time I didn't know any better. And I think that that's the reason why this girl was put into my life, was to show me that I need to find these feelings within myself. I can't rely on anyone else to give me these feelings. The best relationships are the ones where two people who are both happy bring their happiness together and live their lives together, side by side, as equals. So self-love and confidence are very, very important. Now, with confidence and self-love comes being yourself. Now, I've sprinkled this throughout the video, but I really want to elaborate on this because I feel like this is something that a lot of people just don't want to accept. Be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Okay? The things that you're interested in, embrace those things. Embrace all of who you are. And don't change yourself for anybody. You should never have to change the foundation of who you are for a girl. And likewise, you should never expect a girl to change the foundation of who she is for you. Okay, that is toxic. That is a toxic relationship because it'll always end up being one-sided. And don't get me wrong, compromise is good and necessary in all relationships. Okay, compromise is very, very important. However, the foundation should stay the same. At the end of the day, you are two separate people choosing to live life together. But you should want to live together because you're just compatible. Maybe you have common interests, maybe you don't. But you need to be able to look past your differences and find the areas where you are compatible. And, maybe you might pick up on each other's interests, but no matter what, do not change who you are for a relationship. Now, when you're being yourself, your true authentic self, things should flow very naturally between you. Okay, so when you decide to start a conversation with a girl, or you decide to approach a girl, or just however you choose to get at her, there should be something that you two can talk about. If you have nothing to talk about with the girl, then the chances are you're not compatible with them. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are just like not a very social person and not good at talking, that's something that can be fixed. Okay, just go practice talking to girls. Go out and ask the best looking girls where the nearest Starbucks is. And, that'll help you kind of break out of that shell. But if you have nothing to talk about with a girl, like if you just don't have any commonalities between you to where you can hold a conversation with each other, how can you expect to live the rest of your life together? Don't waste your time with a girl that you can't hold a conversation with. Now, another mistake that a lot of guys make is they become desperate. Now, I noticed that a lot of guys say that they have more success with girls when they stop caring. And the reason why is because they don't have that desperate energy anymore. Desperation is not attractive, whether it's with men or women. If somebody finds your desperation attractive, the chances are they are manipulative and they are not the one for you. However, this does not mean that you shouldn't show any interest in them, because if you don't show interest in them, somebody else will. Okay, so let them know that you're interested, especially through your actions. Okay, actions speak louder than words. Make eye contact with them. Show them that you want them. Don't just tell them. Put effort into your dates. Plan dates out. It doesn't even have to be expensive. Just put thought into your time together. And they'll notice that. And they'll notice that you're putting in more effort than the next guy. Now, don't get me wrong. If a girl is just talking to a bunch of dudes, let her go. She's for the streets. Just let her go. Always remember that you are a priority, not an option. You do not need her, you just want her. However, if she doesn't act right, you'll leave her just as quick as you found her. This is what it means to be a true alpha, being willing to let go of situations that are not serving you. You're willing to be single. You're willing to be by yourself on your purpose, because you know that your purpose is greater than any relationship you can have. Now, am I saying you need to be on men going their own way? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you need to be a part of that. But what I am saying is that you need to understand your priorities in life. Don't make a girl the central focus of your life. It should always be your purpose. Like I said, I speak from experience. I have put girls before my YouTube many times over, and it has never ended well. And a lot of the times, it was my fault. I was breaking one of the rules that I've told you guys in this video. Whether it was not communicating on what it is that I actually wanted, or being desperate, or putting girls before my purpose. I've broken all of these rules, and it has never ended well. Now, the last thing that I want to cover is self-care. Okay, make yourself presentable. Put some thought into the things that you wear every day. Make sure that you maintain good hygiene. These are things that girls notice, but you shouldn't do it for girls, okay? You should do it for yourself. Just because you're confident in yourself and you respect yourself and you recognize that you are the prize. So you should treat yourself like the prize. Wear clothes that you like, that fit your style, that fit who you are. Don't wear things that you think will just impress girls, or you'll end up attracting the wrong girls for you. Be all of yourself and embrace and express yourself and allow the right girl to come to you. I'm not teaching you how to get the girl that you want. I'm teaching you how to get the girl that you need. The girl that will stay with you through hardship, through financial struggle, through anything, because she likes you for you. And this girl does exist. They are out there. Don't let these other people fool you into thinking that they're not. Pretty much every girl in my life is cut from that cloth. They're with guys for the sake of being with that guy, because they like that guy. And from the outside looking in, you might say, that guy has absolutely nothing to offer her. He has himself. That's all you need. You just need to be yourself. And when you find the right one, then that's all you'll need.